The world over today, there is increasing demand for fresh water resources to meet and satisfy human requirements in various ways. Quality water and good quantity is essential for production and contribute towards poverty reduction, socio-economic development, and ecosystem health. Whereas Uganda is endowed with considerable fresh water resources such as lakes, rivers, wetlands, and swamps, the country still faces a lot of water-related challenges of decreasing water coverage, water pollution, environmental degradation through poor agricultural practices, among others. Southwestern Uganda is MBARARA town, which is among the towns facing decreasing water coverage despite being one of the fastest growing towns in Uganda. River Rizi is a major source of water for MBARARA Municipality, originating from Buhwezu Hills with various tributaries. The river passes through MBARARA district and is the main source of water for millions of people and their livestock. Zigzagging through the famous hills of southwestern Uganda, River Rizi was always a beautiful river that brought pride to the people in the area due to its sky blue waters and the purposes they served. Today, the river with the dark, dirty water is on the brink of drying up as this region continues to feel the effect of climate change. The browning water and the decreasing levels brings anxiety among the people of MBARARA Municipality, especially the production and treatment water body of National Water and Sewerage Corporation.
We are very proud of our investment in MBARARA, and we thank the consumers of our products in MBARARA and the surrounding regions for supporting the establishment of that brewery. We share all the concerns about environmental protections, particularly the need to conserve water, which is a very precious commodity, not just for today's generations, but also for the future generations. But Nile Breweries does not particularly share the alarmist view about the potential drying up of River Rizi, from which our brewery draws water for processing beer. Why do I say we don't share the alarmist view? We took very careful consideration before establishing our plant in that particular location of MBARARA.
River Rizi in Runyaktara means flowing water. It is the longest river in western Uganda, standing at 56.6 kilometers long. It is regarded as a lifeline by pastoralists since it is the only source of water for cattle during the dry season in western Uganda. The river serves over 4 million people with an unknown number of domestic and wild animals in the 9 districts which the river intersects. Unfortunately, this river is being misused by human activities of degrading and encroaching on the wetlands and forests in the catchment area of Buhwezu for agricultural land, sand mining, and haze, affecting its water quality and water levels.
The government needs to put in place strict laws to prevent people from digging along the river.
This is River Rizi, which is very critical for the development of the district, for the consumption of the people living in the expanding district, and for the development of industries. Unfortunately, The river is being degraded by people who are using this river, getting sand for their own benefit, and yet this water or this river is very, very important for the people. Another cause of the receding water is said to be the increasing construction of residential houses, schools, hospitals, among other infrastructures in MBARARA municipality. The Water Production, Treatment and Distribution Body of MBARARA National Water and Sewage Corporation is facing many challenges in purifying water for domestic and industrial consumption. The water engineer says once crystal clear flowing body of water that serves the lifeline of people of MBARARA and other 8 districts is now a victim of urban pollution of domestic and industrial wastes. This is attributed to population explosion and urban migration to MBARARA municipality and in other 8 districts sharing the River Rizi. According to the population census 2002, MBARARA town had over 69,000 people, but the Uganda Bureau of Statistics estimated the population to stand at over 97,000 people in 2008 report.
We took very careful consideration before establishing our plant in that particular location of MBARARA. One, we did extensive environmental impact assessment done by really reputable firms, different firms, not just one. Upon that study, we are able to get authorization from all the relevant regulatory agencies like NEMA, Department of Water Development. They all verify that the brewery was sustainable. And indeed, when we are launching the brewery in 2013, the President, His Excellency President Museveni, also stated that we should not be alarmed or we should not listen to the fears because this river has been studied for decades. As we speak, we have also indications that over the last 2 years, for example, the river water has actually been rising rather than falling.
According to the water engineer, National Water and Sewage Corporation, the water shortage is likely to affect the operations of a multi-billion Nile Breweries factory MBARARA branch established over 2 years ago. It's alleged the gigantic industry can only access 10% of the water they need. Other large commercial users of water in the area include Coca-Cola, 6 milk factories that are either operational or in the process of being set up, and the proposed beef industry. As the population increases, competition for water, which is described as the heart of development, is likely to escalate.
When they dig along the river and during rainy seasons, the raw water changes the color. It turns to brownish or brick red. And during the process of treating, it becomes hard to treat to remove that color.
So people think you're killing them?
We do it with the consumption of high chemicals.
And that makes it expensive?
Yeah, of course it makes it expensive.
A tour of River Rizi through homesteads, gardens and farms to the border with the neighboring Sema district. It is evident the dark meandering river continues to be degraded. The negative consequences of degrading the river banks have resulted into silting and diminishing productivity, threatening biodiversity and quality of water. Water experts say Ruizi, Uganda's biggest river feeding into Lake Victoria, is drying and has been reduced to almost a channel after years of environmental degradation, accelerating the impact of climate change, and this may frustrate existing and upcoming industries in the sub-region.
We have understanding with the National Water Corporation to only directly extract water when the level is high enough. And if you consider in 2013 to 14, we were extracting less water directly, meaning the national water was the one regulating. Now we are extracting more, meaning that the river level is actually stable. On top of that, the technology we are using for processing beer is what you may call state of the art. It ensures that we use less water. To produce every liter of beer, we actually use only 4 liters of water. We used to use 7 liters when we started production in Jinja. And we hope and we are planning to reduce the amount to even under 3 liters of water to produce 1 liter of beer. On top of that, we have an effluent treatment plant. This plant makes sure that all the wastewater that we use in processing beer is treated and then returned to the river. And the scientists will tell you that after treatment, the water is actually cleaner than when we bring it from the river. So those are some of the assurances why I do not agree with the alarmist team.
Western Uganda, which is also referred to as the land of honey and milk, which is now turned into wasteland, its economic growth is likely to decline as a result of destruction of climate change.
We are part of the River Ruizi Catchment Conservation Committee. This committee is composed of government agencies, NGOs, other industries, stakeholders like GIZ, the German agency, who have vested interest in global water conservation. And so under this River Ruizi Conservation Committee, we are participating in ensuring that this river is sustainable. Above all, we intend to carry another water risk assessment, a much more detailed water risk assessment, mapping out the whole area of MBARARA to determine and to make sure that we know that this river and our brewery will coexist and the people of MBARARA will continue enjoying both beer and water.
This will have a ripple effect on the people of MBARARA and the neighboring districts if something is not done now. According to Onapito, the hope to resuscitate River Ruizi now hinges on the catchment committee recently formed to bring together private sector, non-government organization and the government to devise means of saving the life of the river.
We are going to participate with other stakeholders to make sure that we take all the necessary measures to ensure that the river is alive and well. And wherever there is need for alternative sources of water, we shall participate in using. And remember, we have 2 breweries. We have another brewery in Jinja, where the water is just, nobody doubts, the River Nile water is. So we have capacity to produce beer at both sites. So the country can never lack beer, even if in the worst case scenario there was no water in MBARARA, we would still be able to produce beer in Jinja.
Till next week, same time, when we bring you more in our future, explore Uganda's potential on Sunday 3:30 p.m. only on WBS TV. I'm Harris Tembo, wishing you the best and good viewing of WBS programs.